Welcome back to my channel, Clean Up Your Room. Today I want to talk about a topic that is very close to my heart. The question of whether or not you are ready to quit your corporate job and become an entrepreneur or freelancer. Some of my friends and even some of my family members have been working at their corporate jobs or in the same industry for quite a while, for 5, 8 or even 10 years. And they feel drained, saturated, overworked and unfulfilled. And all these years they had this dream about opening a pet care center, opening a cafe, becoming a full-time writer and others, and they are thinking of whether this is finally the right time to quit their corporate job to pursue their dreams. Quitting your job is extremely easy. It's as easy as handing in your resignation letter and saying goodbye to the company. But being prepared for what comes afterwards is a totally different thing. So in this video, I don't want to tell you whether or not you should quit your job at all, but I hope that this video can give you more clarity of whether you are ready right now to quit your job or not. Roughly speaking, people who want to make the leap from corporate job to becoming an entrepreneur or freelancer fall into one of 3 categories. And I'm pretty sure that after listening to this, you will immediately know which category you are in. Category 1. You are already a part-time entrepreneur or a freelancer. While working at your corporate job all these years, you've already been freelancing and you've already been working on building your small business on the side. You've even already earned a considerable amount of money from your little business, and you've already experienced the ups and downs and you've learned from it. You know exactly, or at least more or less, what you're doing, and you have a concrete action plan for the next steps. You're like a plane with a tank full of fuel, with a service machine, with a clear route, and you are simply ready to take off and leave that airplane and fly off to go to your destination and do that thing that you always wanted to do. If this is you, then congratulations! The time to leave your old job is actually already overdue. However, from my direct observation, most people tend to fall into category 2 or 3. Category 2. You've been dreaming for years about finally starting your own business. For example, opening a cafe. You love cafes, you love spending time at them, and you finally want to just be your own boss. You've already drawn out your maybe a little bit vague business plan, and you've asked a friend whether they want to join up with you in this business. You've decided on a name, and you've even saved up a considerable amount of money for the initial investment. And you think that, okay, now I'm ready. Now I'm going to finally quit my corporate job and then open this cafe. And here I would be extremely careful. Of course, there's a tiny percentage of individuals who have exceptional management skills, who are extremely disciplined, and who have reliable partners who are working with them. If this is you, then you might even be ready to quit your job now and go for it. But you know yourself the best, and if you see that you are none of these things, then please rethink carefully before you quit your job. Category 3. You simply hate your job and you just want to leave it as soon as possible and start pursuing your dream of trading, music, real estate, or whatever. But you have no game plan at all? So you think you will simply just quit your job first and then only afterwards start thinking about what you need to do next and plan everything thoroughly and then just hope that everything will fall into place? I don't think that's a good idea, and I don't think that's gonna work. I'm sorry. You know yourself the best. All it takes is to take a brutally honest look into the mirror and you will know exactly which category you fall into. And if you fall into category 2 or 3, then please rethink before quitting your job. And I'm not telling you not to quit your job or never to quit your job. I'm simply telling you to wait for the right time. Or more precisely, don't wait for the right time, because the right time will never come. But rather take more time to prepare yourself and prepare your transition to make it the right time. Quit your job at the most optimal time. And when is this? The optimal time is when this new endeavor is taking up so much of your mental space, your energy, your time and effort that you simply have no other choice but to leave your old job, because this new thing is demanding so much from you, and you cannot sustain working at your old job. In other words, rather than pushing yourself out of this old job into a new territory that you know nothing about, that is untested, that you're unfamiliar with, try to do it the other way around. Try to do some preparation, some pre-work, and test this new thing that you want to do and start working on it, so that it takes up so much of your time and your energy that in the end you have no other way than to quit your job. And that way you will give yourself a much better start, and by the time you quit your job you will be in a much better position to succeed. This topic about quitting your job and going into entrepreneurship and freelancing is such a huge topic, and there's so much to cover. And I think that it's such a pity and even so scary that people spend so little time and little effort to really think about it and prepare it. So oftentimes this decision of quitting your job becomes more of an emotional decision rather than a strategic one. So in one of my next videos, I will cover some tips of what to do before you quit your job and how to prepare yourself in the best way for your transition to increase your chances for success. So please subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss out on this, and hit the like button if this video was useful to you, and please let me know if you want me to cover any topics more specifically. And thank you so much for watching, and see you again soon.